Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about why battery percent is more accurate than miles, so if you're interested, stay tuned. So when we talk about Teslas, there's always going to be this debate about which is better, percent or miles. So I'll actually have another video on my opinion on that subject, and I'll link you guys in the cards here. But today we're going to talk about why battery percent is more accurate than miles. So when we think about percent, you can think of it the exact same way as you think of percent on your phone. The car knows exactly how much juice is left, and it spits it out in a percent form. I don't think there's all that much guessing involved because percent is the more natural way that the energy remaining is presented in the car. Now when we go the other way around and we look at miles, that's a whole algorithm that the car has to calculate to spit out a number of remaining miles, on your battery that's left. So the remaining miles you see on the screen are based on EPA estimates of miles per kilowatt hour. And so in that last sentence, the key word is estimate. Basically, the car is guessing based on the algorithm what number it should actually display on your screen. I like to think of the miles display as budget versus actual, since I do work in the business world. The number showing up on your screen is budgeted miles, but actual miles will vary from user to user. A good example of this is, let's say you love the rush of that 0 to 60 speed and you're romping it and you have a heavy foot everywhere. Well, that's obviously going to use more energy because it takes a lot more energy to get the car to go from a dig than it would if you were just to, slowly accelerate in chill mode. And as I mentioned, if you do have a heavy foot and you're doing this over and over again, well, that's going to add up over time, throughout one charge, and you're going to be using more energy than if you're just driving more normal. Another example is freeway driving. So if you're driving 80 miles an hour on the freeway for an extended distance, it's going to use up more battery than if you're driving 65 miles because wind resistance is a factor in how much energy usage you use per mile. So all these factors are going to wreak havoc on that estimated mileage remaining that's showing up on the screen. And it's going to create a bigger gap between your estimated mileage remaining and actual range you can get. Basically, if you're using more energy per kilowatt hour than the estimate, you're basically going to see that in your remaining mileage number going down faster than one actual mile. So in these scenarios, if you were to just flip the mileage for percent, you would get a more accurate reading because basically you would just see the percent number go down, 95, 94, 93. It would go down faster, but you would still have an accurate gauge of how much juice you have left because it's in percentage form. And basically when it's 0%, it means you can't go anywhere anymore. One caveat though, is it's on you to figure out if you can make it home with the remaining percent of your battery left. Another example that might be more relatable is on your phone. So let's say you're playing a video game that is graphic intense. Those types of games are going to drain more juice from the battery because it needs to basically fuel the graphics card with more energy to produce those pixels on the screen. So a graphic intense game is going to suck up more juice than say if you're just browsing Google or your phone is on standby. And you'll see this because you'll notice your battery percent is dropping faster than it normally would to supply the power to that graphics card for that game. But in the end, you'll still have an accurate reading of how much battery you have left because it's in percentage form, not in estimated mileage form. So knowing this, going forward, are you going to use miles or percent? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.